you're not new to this. You're true to this. I didn't know the extent of your music background. Like you've been
Mhm,
in like several bands, several groups, and not
mhm.
only have you, been a vocalist on these groups or in these groups, you have composed, arranged, produced, and engineered. I'm just getting
Thank
into
you.
music and
Mm,
I'm a writer. So it's just that's a level that you surpass. You surpassed a lot of levels to when it comes to being a musician, being multi-hyphenate in these different skill sets of vocal arrangement, engineering, songwriting, and composing. It's a lot to want and to
it,
hone in, and then also to get better and master. It's also very difficult. So that's amazing. That's amazing. So you mentioned that you were in the military or in the Air Force.
mhm.
Tell us a little bit
Yes.
about that. How did you get started in that? And then how has that collided or, come to face with your music making? I'm so curious about that.
Mhm. So even just to go back, my I started recording music, like I said, with my friend. That was in 2007. And so 2007 to 2012, I was in the mix of those bands, doing my own stuff. I want to say around, yeah, 2011, when I was, one of my other friends was like, you need to make your own music. Yeah, I see you in all these groups and that's fine, but like you are, it was like one of the first moments where someone told me that I was special. And it's crazy because that person, they're also still very prominent in making music today. So I felt like even just with the journey of things going on, like I'm glad I listened to them because they knew what they were talking about. And yeah, so 2011, I actually, it was right before I joined the military. I released my first mixtape called Ambience.
Mm,
And it was kind of like, I love all the different eras of R&B. So I'm not like a real R&B like enthusiast. I'm like, no, like all of it is beautiful to me. Expression and people figuring out, okay, how does my soul bleed on this record? And just
right.
because it doesn't look the same as somebody else's, I'm going to discount it. No. And so I just take from those different areas. And that was what Ambience was about. And a month later, I joined the military, April 2012. Um, I One of my main reasons for joining was to get the benefits out of it, like the educational benefits that I'm using right now,
Hmm.
and to make sure that I had something else to lean on when the creativity isn't necessarily paying my bills.
Right.
So I went in for cybersecurity, and that's what I did. And even just being able to go to different places, meet different people, talk about different experiences, many of which I wasn't necessarily having myself, but it still was like, okay, I can write about that.
Right.
And I want to say from 2012 to 2016, those were like a lot more years forming my own sound as an artist and gaining those experiences and traveling the world and really just kind of like figuring out, okay, like what does Sean B at the time eventually came into Drake's
Right.
sound? What is that sound? So again, still engineering things myself and working with different producers and sounds and lots of covers and things like that, and kind of like formed all of it formed my debut album, Player Three,
Play
which released
three.
in 2016 while I was in Turkey. I was stationed in Turkey. That was such a crazy year because we were locked down on base because it was like all sorts of like crazy stuff going on in the area. There was a whole like military coup that happened like while we
Wow.
were there, low flying aircraft and just shooting and like all sorts of
Wow.
crazy stuff. So to me, like Player Three is definitely like a triumph because not only like for myself, but then I saw that on base, so many people were willing to do things for me um, because I was able to do that here, and like it brought a lot of relief and excitement to my military friends. We
Hmm.
had a nice like That was my first release party I ever had. It was super
Wow.
cool. And even from that, like, so this is like, is this tea? No, no, it's just a story. So, so while I was in Turkey, again, it was like a tough time for us, but Tori Kelly was going to come to perform for
Mhm.
us for I think the 4th of July, and they had asked me if I wanted to open for her. There was a conflict, so they eventually said like, "Hey, no, like
Mhm.
you're not gonna open. She's just gonna come and it's gonna do fine." But that's how the base was trying to ride for me after my album dropped.
They were trying to put you on. Yeah.
And I
I love
just
that.
really appreciated it. Um, so the Friday before, I think the Sunday she was supposed to come, it's canceled. She doesn't
Oh
want to come. I
no.
think it was like they're trying to figure out like how comfortable or safe she would have been. I think
Yeah.
that was kind of like what I heard at least, which again, like I understand, like it's a lot of stuff going on. Of course, it did suck for us because we were like, damn, like that would have been like a really great mood booster, a
Right.
morale booster for the base. So they had asked me, again, the person who was just told that he can't open for her. It was like, all right, well, you're doing the show now. And so that was like we spent the whole weekend just like trying to find a band, other people to sing, and really like that was like probably one of my favorite moments.